tomorrow. But without any further ado, let's go to the commentator booth where Leaf and Lawler are waiting to commentate this next game.
Those standings, though? Oh my goodness, so close. There were a couple players I saw on Twitter earlier the week saying how nervous they are about this weekend. I'm like, the ones being nervous are like, nah, you got this. But man, it is close. They had every right.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth, and this game is no different. The big difference between these two teams is you look at them on a purely, statistical basis. Thanks, bud. Retrospect is actually known for making a ton of saves. They're the best in the league, like at 75%. Like, it's some absurd number. But then you see Lucky Bounce, who's a very passive team who just waits for teams to make a mistake and he plays at their level. They have the best shot accuracy. Like, we talk so much about how good Darkfire is for this team, but in reality, it's Torment who has the best accuracy out of any player in the RLCS.
Well, you mentioned, I mean, like, if they have a good shot accuracy, it means they probably have a couple open nets, and it goes right back to you saying they're capitalizing on the mistakes of their opponents.
Yeah, you're going to see how this plays out, and I'm interested to see how that's going to happen. When you have a team that's so heavily good defensively, are they going to be able to transition into take this to this team that normally doesn't take that many shots?
Well, I think it all comes down to Classics on the front, getting some early shots in, and GenoCop doing some work in as, again, Lucky Bounce looking good going into this. So we'll see who gets it started off. Game number 1, Retrospect. Lucky Bounce in this series of 5. Who's going to take it away? Classics already going for a shot off. GenoCop trying to steal it away, and there's the follow-up from Chrome, but stopped out by Timothy as he makes a last-ditch effort, putting him out of position, but that's okay because Darkfire takes it away, missing on the shot. GenoCop, though, off the wall. No control there, but Chrome takes it away as Timothy just gives it right to him.
And wide open net coming out. Defensive breakdown. You saw Darkfire initially miss that hit, and Timothy tries to clear this out, but it was played way too soft in the middle of the field. Easy goal coming in for this Retrospect team.
We talk about open nets, and there's one right there as the last defender gives it away, giving a 1-0 lead already, 30 seconds in. We'll see if they can get matched up, or if Retro can keep their lead. They're already on the attack. Chrome just trying to keep control here. Off the wall, out to Torment though, but Classics does get a stop, and Chrome has an open net, but no boost to follow that up with, so he's just going to keep control. Chrome did a very good job controlling that ball that entire time.
Yeah, showing really good patience coming out from Chrome there, just taking his time with it, and that might have been the fact that he had no boost, especially afterwards, not able to get around it. But you got to see some patience, especially against a team like Lucky Bounce, who's trying to play that game themselves.
Pinch from Classics going up, and then he gets it dominated by Darkfire as they now have a chance to move out. Both Torment and Chrome expecting the other to hit it and go high over top of it, leaving Darkfire to have to push that to midfield, but not able to break past that point is Lucky Bounce. So we're going to see if Retro can keep the pressure on and get a play coming out of this, but for now it's just a little bit of back and forth. Finally breaking into that blue end, Classics trying to put it right back down, and there's it out for Chrome. Chrome a little bit wide of the net and gets his second shot almost, but Classics to follow it up, putting that to the far side.
Really good placement by Classics. Expect this Retrospect team, I think, to start playing extremely aggressive. They realize that they're not going to have to play defense at all, and if they're going to take it to this team, I feel Darkfire is going to have to step up himself to counteract that.
2-0 lead now for Retrospect. Lucky Bounce having to pull us back, but lots of time to do so with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in game number 1. Here's a shot though from Geno, almost squeaking that by Torment. Torment keeps his footing and pushes that out, but Chrome with the challenge. Timothy, very good touch to keep that away from the slot. Now, we're gonna have to see Retrospect recuperate if they want to make another attack, but they couldn't in time, and there's it going towards their net. Good touch defensively. That's a good pass back there from Chrome to GenoCop. Chrome waiting for the pass back. Almost a good team play going on. These guys are communicating well.
Yeah, already Torment on that wall waiting for it to hit it back down. But that secondary touch actually made it go right past and put it back in favor of Retrospect to see if they can capitalize on that with shots like this.
Could be in, and there's a miss from GenoCop,
oh my gosh,
still not in. Timothy finally gets a touch just as the last defender tries to keep it out.
Man, they're teasing us with how much that ball was sitting in front of the net, hitting that crossbar. And Classics I thought was going to sweep around and save it, but Timothy getting a little bit of a nose on it to put the trajectory into the back of the net. One game.
We'll see, though, if they can pull it back and tie it up. Only 1 goal deficit halfway through the game with that 2:30 mark. Now, Lucky Bounce trying to break out. Just a good pass to Darkfire. Up to Torment. Can he get a pass to last? Not quite. Chrome reads that correctly. Now he's got to get that push to midfield. Junocop to support, but he misses that underneath. Classics with a good back rotation. Keeps that from going to the net, but misses the wall hit, and that's going to be Timothy's opportunity to put it in the net. Way too far to the far side, giving Junocop a lot of time to make that save, but the pressure is still on from Lucky Bounce as Timothy tries to squeeze that by. Darkfire going to leave that for Timothy, and that's almost going back out in front of the net, but now Classics, chance to move it out. Both Darkfire and him miss that one, and now Chrome to Classics off the roof. Can they put it in? Chrome gets stuffed out by Darkfire, and that was almost a good roof play for them, but they couldn't quite, and now back to the other end. Open net, and there's a shot on by Timothy to tie it up.
Really good 50-50s coming out from this Lucky Bounce team to keep themselves in this. As Darkfire goes up and contests, he gets the first one to get that aerial in too, and a soft, easy touch to Timothy. But Timothy still good placement on that top left, making it very difficult to save.
Now tied up, 1:45 left in game number 1 of the series of 5. Retrospect versus Lucky Bounce. See if a team can pull ahead. If we're going to see an overtime situation, Timothy has control. Torment there with him. A Classics roughs that one right through as Chrome tries to finish her off, but Darkfire there. Torment and him are pushing forward. Ball completely stopped in its tracks. Darkfire left to try to recuperate. Getting bullied out by Classics as Chrome to try to push that forward. Classics and Chrome on this now. Timothy getting the block, and we saw Classics waiting actually for that save to get the shot, but couldn't quite get it out to him. And now that's going to be Lucky Bounce moving back towards that retro end, but does get stopped in his tracks. And there's Classics to stuff it through, playing that aggressive game that we know him for.
Yeah, especially, and I'm glad you bring that up, Classics before this weekend was actually 9-2 anytime they score a goal. If they can keep that stat consistent, and it seems to be that Classics is definitely the captain of this team. When he plays well, the rest of this team plays well.
Junocop passed it to Classics. Very good back pass, but no finish off of that. Chrome left to defend. That's going to be an awkward situation. Darkfire putting that in the net, and Chrome finishing it off for him, unfortunately, as they had no good angle to push it out.
Darkfire threading this needle between two, gets up early and taps it right over the middle. I thought he was actually going to get able to get in there and save it, just doesn't get the right angle of his car, and it plays into the back of the net. With 39 seconds left, there's still plenty of time.
It's very tough when you're coming from the goal line to make a save on the goal. He tried his best, but couldn't quite, and now they're up with 30 seconds left in an open net. Junocop barely keeping that one out from Torment.
Yeah, I don't know how Torment didn't make that. He had plenty of time and the ability to take a shot. I think he wanted to mind game it, but in reality, when you have shots that open, just hit it in.
That and the lack of boost, it's a very hard situation, but couldn't quite.
Good demo.
And that's the moral of the story, but another one. There's Darkfire with the shot to put him up 16 seconds left. Not looking good.
Yeah, Chrome actually comes back and demos Timothy. The only issue is Darkfire is flying in from the backfield to follow that one up in case it doesn't go in. He gets a shot on net. 4-2.
Darkfire is such a strong player for this team. Absolutely dominating almost every area that he's playing. There's a shot from Timothy way wide, just trying to keep control. Can Chrome push it out? He can't. Junocop left to do it himself. Off the wall, 5 seconds left. Not looking like it's going to be possible for Retro, as this ball is going to drop right here. And game number 1 goes to Lucky Bounce.
Yeah, you expected to see it. I'm glad that over at the desk, Gibbs is the one who mentioned it. We really need Junocop to step it up. So far, it seems like Chrome and Classics are the two that just keep putting on this pressure, and that third man of Junocop just isn't there. He is taking a couple shots and putting him towards the net, and that's probably why some of that possession has been there. But you just don't see that constant pressure that we know Retrospect is capable of.
And it's very true, and it's odd too, as we've seen it. Again, Junocop, we know he's full of key. He's a great player, absolutely incredible. Maybe he's using a controller right now. That's why he's not used to.
Like
he's used to that KBM. But you're absolutely right. He needs to step it up. He needs to pull for his team. It still is very close. Again, we saw up to the end there only a 1-goal differential. 2 goals, still not that crazy, but very back and forth. Do you think it's going to continue this way?
No, I expect these teams to adapt, especially with Lucky Bounce being that number 2 spot right now. Expect them to adapt and be like, okay, they aren't pressuring us. Maybe we should give it to them. Or if they start to counteract that, and that's what makes this series so interesting.
All right, well, we're going to find out in game number 2 who's going to walk away with this point. Retrospect versus Lucky Bounce off the kickoff. Very neutral. Couple cheats coming out, but Junocop knocks out Torment, and that ball still hasn't left the center field. Finally moving his way to the orange, but Torment takes control. Off the corner could be a situation for them to score, but Torment a little bit too far on that. Has it left for Darkfire, but he just bounces it off a defender.
Exactly what I'm talking about, Lucky Bounce adapting. They realize how much pressure they can really put on, and just relentless pressure coming from Darkfire. Gets in, takes a hit, doesn't work, goes to bump a player. Next player comes in, takes another hit. Expect this to keep happening, and this Retrospect team that's known for their saves might get more in their element, but they need to match it.
And especially this series being super critical for them, as many points are needed for Retro if they want to compete with these top fellers on the scoreboard, on the leaderboard. See if they can get something started up here. Chrome to Gino. Gino a little short on that. Gets beaten out. Classics is left to clean up. Not a favorable pinch, and that's going to go in front of the net, but Chrome does make it back in time. Classics shot a little bit wide of the net. Timothy just pushing to the side as Torment and Timothy try to figure out who's going to go for it. Instead, nobody does, but yeah, almost worked out for them. There's Classics. Going to get the shot. Throws it back to Chrome. Chrome back to the third. The shot from Gino. Good awareness of their teammates, but it couldn't pay off.
Subtle pass play coming out. Almost gets the flick, but we have a wide open net.
In front of the net. Classics to drop it. Can the follow-up come? Gino trying to stuff it through. These guys are starting to pay attention to each other.
Yeah, you can see the teamwork starting to develop with those subtle pass plays that they're making.
Can very, very well throw off an opponent, but Timothy with the air dribble, can he finish it off? Tries to turn his body in time to get it stuffed, but wasn't enough. Classics dropping that weirdly for Gino Cop. Gino Cop does recover it well, and this is a shot opportunity for him or a pass. The Darkfire just gets a stop on that. Classics pass one defender, but not two, and that goes back to midfield. The back pass to Gino. Gino right back down deep into the orange end. See if they can get a play started. This could be up front for a scoring opportunity, but way too close to the defenders, and that gets stopped out. Torment to the midfield. Very good touch off the wall from him. We're going to see if they can start an attack of their own.
Yeah, it looks like that demo is going to allow this Retrospect team to really regroup. But still, the pressure coming in, especially with some boost extra from this backfield, and that shot going right in front. Chrome still coming up clutch for this team. He just needs someone else like Classics to really make that extra touch to bring it into the offensive side.
Ball doing a little bit of ping pong here as both teams try to make an attack start up. Gino Cop carrying that forward. Chrome to get the stuff. It's still going to go in front of the net. We'll see if someone can take a shot. Chrome going to try to challenge it a little bit too far forward on that backflip. Gino Cop just trying to contest as best he can. That's a little bit wide of the net. Oh, maybe on target, but Classics made sure it wasn't. Now Gino Cop with the redirect can't quite get it on target. Chrome flying in. Classics as well, leaving Gino Cop the last defender. As Torment already down there, the pass from Torment out front. Can Timothy finish it? A little bit wide.
Good hustle by Classics coming out. They've got a wide open one-on-one opportunity.
Oh, the bump from Darkfire.
Man, both these guys hustling back. Classics able to get up for that save, and then you get a bump coming out of this Lucky Bounce team. So clutch.
And Chrome had no idea he was behind him. Tried to go for that slow shot, but paid off for Lucky Bounce as they now try to get another goal in the net. They're only up one. This is a shot on target. Torment has to get up to challenge that. Classics flying low. Tries to get it to Chrome. Chrome puts out wide. There's Gino Cop to roll it up. That could be a shot for them. A little bit soft, so Torment's going to pick it up. There's Timothy with the support. Out. Back to Torment. Can they get a shot off? Gino Cop puts that way wide. Chrome a little bit short on that. Darkfire puts it up front. This is a bad situation, but good. Good save from Classics, following that one through.
Yeah, really good recovery coming out from Classics. He made a mistake actually going up for that in the first place. It was a really poor 50-50 to even think of it, but able to use the momentum of his car and land on all fours to get in front of it.
Chrome going way whiffy on that one. The good back pass though from Gino Cop. The shot on net, and there's a finish from Classics. Gino Cop. No! Someone needs to put that in. Coming into the final minute of gameplay, they are still down and not sinking some slightly easy goals.
Despite that, you see how much awareness is coming out from this team. That back pass was played so well in the pressure and the shot coming out.
Oh, and Darkfire extends the lead.
Man, that's got to be rough, especially after that pass play that they had set up. But the defense just starting to break down a little bit, eventually forcing people to come out, and Gino Cop trying to get up early to make a play, just missing it. And you have a goal for the
Maybe a little tilted because that should have been an even game from being in the other end there. But
still plenty of time though.
Yeah, so very close. We still have a minute left. And if Retro, can start doing what they were doing before, Classics, no way he's going to finish that. He doesn't. Gino Cop trying to get that to Chrome. Chrome with a shot. Darkfire in a good spot to push it out. 48 seconds left. Going the wrong way, though, for Retrospect. They need to move this ball back down to the orange end. Rough pinch there. Gino Cop tries to recover it, but Chrome getting bullied so much this match. There's Classics to try to recover this one. Good touch from him, but a little bit far out of Retrospect's reach as we're coming down to the final 30 seconds of gameplay.
Yeah, you can really see this Lucky Bounce team starting to control the end of this game with not only like subtle little bumps so they can't rotate clearly, but also shots.
Oh, the shot from Torment just getting stopped from GinoCop though. That was an incredible save, keeping them alive, but 13 seconds left, and 2 goals is not gonna be easy.
No, we've seen it in the past, so don't count them out just yet.
And Darkfire makes it impossible.
You wanna say that again? And Darkfire, like, what are you doing? But yeah, that shot coming out. Classics actually own goaled it. He chipped it over the top of that back line, and just they had to watch it sink in. That's gotta be demoralizing.
Yeah, you saw Chrome just okay, that's going in. 5 seconds left. This is the end of it, and we see Lucky Bounce taking another win against Retrospect. This is not good for Retrospect.
No, they really need these wins here. But Lucky Bounce showing why they're up top. I mean, you see the difference between these two teams, that one's heavily defensive, one takes very minimal shots, but they play a good patient game. And that patient game is beating out the defense because when you're sitting still and not able to pressure what, you get on I guess a breakdown of a defensive rotation, you see goals like this where it's 3-0. I mean, you see like they're rotating in, and that own goal, obviously unfortunate, but you can tell that defensive side is just breaking down. They need to translate that into pressure somehow, even if it means taking a risk.
Yeah, it's a little rough. I mean, again,
right.
They had, like, at the end there, that moment where they had 2 people with no defenders really in a spot to save it, and they still couldn't sink it in the net. They're just hitting it off the crossbar like 3 times in a row, and could have put those. Got to go in the net.
Yeah. There's still some good saves coming out, and Lucky Bounce, to give them credit, their defense has been rotating really well. They've been kind of doing some more cheeky stuff, like they'll rotate in and save it, or as soon as this team of Retrospect starts to translate it into an offense, there's a bump and then nobody's there to hit it. So they're playing really smart and really patient.
Some serious changes are going to need to come out of Team Retrospect going into game number 3 if they want to come away with any points at all, or they might get run over by Lucky Bounce. Do you think it's going to continue on this kind of track for Lucky Bounce? Are they going to run away with a 5-0, or is
I don't know. I mean, you saw small glimpses of it there in that last game. Like, they were starting to come to life. They were pressuring a little bit better. They had some really good chances at goals. It's just they didn't, sneak in just yet. Expect them to keep up this pressure, and hopefully they can come away with a win here for them.
We're going to find out, though. Game number 3, 2 points already in Lucky Bounce's favor. Retrospect doing everything they can to pull this back and get as many points as possible. It is detrimental that they win these next ones to have any kind of fighting chance on these leaderboards. The group stages seem started off early. Torment already trying to get a play started, a little bit wide. He's going to finish it. No, Chrome. Very, very good hustle from him to get back in position to make that stop. Now Classics and Chrome making an advance. Going to be after Classics to take that. That's going to go in front of the net. Very dangerous spot there for Lucky Bounce. Retro can't capitalize. GinoCop, the pressure is on. Well, back to midfield they go. Classics way to the far side. Going to try to follow this one up, but can't quite get a nose on it.
Yeah, possession game really stepping up here already from Retrospect. This ball's been set on the Lucky Bounce side for the entirety of this game.
Oh, Chrome just
like
missed
that. You got to make those.
Especially when you can put that in. Get an early goal, but still 0-0. That's fine for both teams. Chrome going to try to follow this up. Timothy steals it away, going for the bump, but Darkfire jumps and almost puts him out of position as a shot came right directly back at net.
Yeah, it's got to be scary with those jumps, leaving you kind of defenseless, but luckily the shot came right back at him and he was able to land in time.
There's Chrome with the pressure. Classics out of position. Tries to fight it off, but GinoCop's going to have to clear it up. Almost gets a nose for the pass. That's still in front of the net. We'll see if someone can put pressure on. They can't. Timothy keeps it to the side. There's Chrome with a potential shot. The pressure is getting a lot better from Retro. They're doing what they need to. They just need to put him in the net now. GinoCop finally sinks one in and puts him up in the lead.
Great 50-50 win there for Chrome. This shot gets put in by Gino, and Chrome recognizes it. He actually tried to go for a flick over the top, but ends up getting sneaked past, and they bounce back and forth. Luckily, the team follow up there, and that's what exactly they needed. They're finally starting to come and formulate these passes as a team rather than 2 individuals.
That kickoff going to be in favor, actually, of Retrospect as they keep ball control. See if Classics can keep moving forward. This guy is the hustle master. That's out front. GinoCop with the pass. Way high up. Chrome trying to drop it off the roof. Couldn't really put that in a spot that was good for their team. There's a shot from Classics. The placement would have been in, but the stop forcing the goaltender in the air. Now they need to put the pressure on to try to get another one. Oh, that's a weird spot for them to be. And there's Chrome trying to get it in. Maybe should have gone for the read instead of the save, but now that's going the wrong way for them. Finally, Classics just gets back. I thought that was in.
Man, both these teams swinging in.
Oh, that one is though.
Yeah, both these teams swinging in for clutch saves. It just seems to be that the defense from Retrospect is starting to break down. This initial shot coming in, there's nobody in the back of the net. And Timothy, I don't think, has ever had an easier or more open goal in his RLCS career.
Yeah, no, that even I could have made that. Well, maybe. Maybe. 1-1, we're tied up, approaching that halfway mark. We'll see if Retro can walk away with a win on this one, or if Lucky Bounce is now going to start pulling it back. Pressure really strong from Retro, but they need to get out of their end. Classics contesting that one properly as Darkfire tries to sink it in. Torment Genocop now with the pressure. We'll see if Chrome can get up for that one. He's going to leave Genocop to get the stop. Very good card placement on that ball from Geno to make sure that ball doesn't go flying towards their net.
Yeah, the communication might be breaking down between these two teams, especially. Classics being the first one to the ball is great, but it's troublesome when you have a teammate behind you who has a better and more clear shot.
Up the wall, Torment going to clear this back to midfield. Genocop stop it on the wall. Tried to get the second one, couldn't quite touch it up, but Chrome does instead. Torment to follow this. Good follow through from Torment, and a second follow through. As the Classics almost had a shot on net. Genocop, the roll around out front. Darkfire reading that roll properly. That's going towards the net. A little bit of an awkward situation. Classics giving that to Darkfire. Darkfire stealing it away, almost getting the pass, but Genocop putting enough power on that to roll it to the side. Following through again. Chrome off the wall. A little bit late off Torment. This is a bad situation. Genocop almost gotten beaten by Darkfire. Classics just trying to get in the way of Darkfire. There's the pressure now mounting from Lucky Bounce.
You see these guys are just kind of fighting tooth and nail. It's not even like they're playing with intent. It's just, oh, the ball's here, let me hit it out of the way or try to set something up. They need to see and be aware of what their team is doing in order for some of these plays to come through and stuff like that, where it's just a matter of, hey, the ball's here, I'm going to hit it. You don't always need to go for it.
Chrome trying to pull a Sad Jr. in the other corner there. Couldn't follow through with it, though. We'll see if they can now get a play started up here. A chance, but Genocop runs away from that one. Leaves it for Classics. Over to the wall. Darkfire trying to follow it up. Lands properly, but Classics beats him to the punch. There's Torment with a long shot, making Chrome have to get up and push it to the side. Classics demo on. It's going to allow them to break out. We'll see if they can get a play started up. Because of that, the pass out to mid, but Torment follows that very nicely. And I've got to say, Torment off the wall is so strong.
Yeah, you can see his play up there, and he's almost always waiting for it too, man. Like, he gets up on that wall so early. It reminds me kind of like how Pluto does it.
Darkfire's ready for this. That's in front of the net, but Classics has to clean it up, and he does.
Oh, it's not over yet, man. Expect this ball to get played right back in, and this is where Lucky Bounce starts to get dangerous, where they get that confidence in, and they start playing these rotations very well.
The pass to Chrome. Chrome getting beat by Torment. Very, very close race up to the sky. Genocop trying to put that on target. Almost gets the flip in. There's Classics. Going to go off the backboard. Follow it up himself. Beaten out by Timothy. This Lucky Bounce now being put on their back wheels as the final 10 seconds of gameplay, and it looks like Retro wants us, but they can't make any defensive mistakes. Now back in their own end. 3 seconds. They just go on to kill this one, and it's going to die out for an overtime.
Got our first overtime in Game 3. Maybe this is the time for Retrospect to flip this series on its head. But you're going to see some pressure coming out early. Expected to go back and forth initially.
Timothy up for that one. Chrome, good read on that drop, but couldn't get it past the last defender, Darkfire. And that's going to go right towards their net. Genocop has to get a touch. Good touch from him to push to the side. Classics to follow it up. Very dangerous spot. There's Classics. Nice flip on that. Chrome a little bit too far back. Both Genocop and him a little bit weird in a spot right now. This could be bad. A demo, especially coming on. Only 2 defenders now. The pressure mounts from Lucky Bounce. They could score, but they give them enough time to allow Chrome to come back into the game. As they make a move forward, Chrome off the wall. The pass out to the front, but Timothy going to be in spot for that. As we approach 45 seconds of overtime. Still tied, obviously. 1-1 between these two teams. Chrome losing out to that one. Dangerous spot. Classics has to get it to the far side. He does. Genocop to keep the momentum moving forward. There's Classics with another touch. Can they keep control of it? Up the wall. This could be a passing play. If they get this past Torment, Torment gets the body in the way, though.
I have no idea how Classics was able to get that all the way down there. Like, he even jumped preemptively just so he could get a little bit more pressure on the ball. And with that extra touch, he was able to play it up in the corner. Just no follow-up yet. Still, he's showing why he really wants to win this game.
Torment, good control, but gets bumped out by Chrome, almost giving that ball right out to Genocop as they tried to sink one in. There's Classics to Geno. Geno off the backboard. Someone needs to follow that up, but a little bit of bad placing on that, and they can't. Chrome off the backboard. Now we could see a play for them still developing. No, a miss there is going to have to make them rush back.
Yeah, these soft little touches that they're missing are putting them in such a bad position.
Like, that's really awkward. defensive position, but there's no attack, so I guess
clear.
it really didn't make a difference. Torment making that touch right in time. Junocop trying to put it right back in. A little bit of miss from Classics as Timothy moves forward. That ball doing a little bit of a dance. Classics and Chrome trying to push this forward. And there's in front of the net, Classics. Not able to get enough speed on that, though.
Yeah, I expect this Retrospect team to put it back in, but nobody back. See if we can get the rotation.
Bad situation. Good communication, though.
Yeah, really good communication. Chrome had an angle that he was going to probably play in the corner, but Classics called him off, and now look at them. They're trying to transition this into offense. They have an opportunity here.
Chrome, can you do this? Pass it. One guy. The dangle, but no finish to put that one in. Man. Still, Junocop with the pass. Timothy to the side.
Man, back and forth between these two teams. They're really waking up in this overtime of Game 3.
I got to point out, almost every overtime has been a really long overtime, at least the ones I've been on. It's incredible, though, because it's so tense that both teams' one mistake can lead to failure.
Yeah, a lot of these times, though, in midfield, I'd like to see, despite this fast pace coming in now, and that bump, that actual team bump could spell trouble, but slow it down a little bit, especially when there's this much midfield presence. You know that this Lucky Bounce team likes to play a little bit passive, and they're showing that right now.
Darkfire trying to get a play started up, but with both Classics and Chrome there, that's not going to happen. Timothy's going to have to take effect on this. Puts that off the backboard. Bad spot as Junocop doesn't get this. He does. The long shot. Classics just going for some boost steals. A little bit sneaky on the backfield. We'll see if they can get a play started up off the wall. We got Chrome ready for a pass, but no. Classics makes the miss. Makes the miss, and Junocop does try to clean it up for him. We'll see if now Lucky Bounce can get cleared out. There's Darkfire to follow up. Timothy, the last defender, gets the touch to roll it up. On the wall, though, is Junocop. Torment cleans it up. Some ping pong now as both teams try to feel it out. Good pass from Junocop to Classics. Darkfire stops that play as they try to get control. They are getting pressured very hard in their own end. Approaching that 4-minute mark of overtime. Let's see if Junocop can get a play started up. Torment missing that one, could be dangerous. And Junocop almost finishes it himself, but a little bit wide on the shot. Chrome putting that back on target, but Torment doing everything he can to keep that away. Darkfire now has to follow it up as these guys try to break past the midfield, but the pressure from Retro is nuts.
Yeah, they're really coming.
That's a bad spot. What's going on? No, that was really awkward.
Yeah, you saw Chrome. He was cheating up and playing a lot less patience than what we normally see him do, and he got caught off guard there, but that bounce off the wall, you think Gino wanted to go for the boost there, but then he had that like split delay where his teammate was there, and it just, I don't think they expected that pinch to go towards the net.
Yeah, wow. Again, another close to 4-minute overtime between Retrospect and Lucky Bounce, but another one to Lucky Bounce. Retrospect is fighting so hard right now, and it's just in the wins not paying off.
No, you go back and forth, and it's good to see that they're fighting. Despite them being down 3-0 right now, they need these last two wins to even give themselves
Everything is
a
super
chance.
important to them.
Yeah, like they need these wins, and if they don't have them, like the chances of them getting in are slim to none. Like they technically needed a 5-0, especially against Lucky Bounce, to even put them in that second, third spot.
I do love to see, though, the Retrospect is waking the heck up right now. They are fighting so hard in that last one. The pressure was really real from them. They had a lot of offensive opportunities. It's getting some more goals into the net it needs to happen. And that's been the story for them this entire series.
That's exactly
so far.
what Lucky Bounce does, though. They showed the proponent of their game. We're going to play patient until you make a mistake, and then we're going to score an easy goal. And they do it over and over again.
Well, I'm excited to see if they can finally get some points in this next one. Because again, we head down to the Beckwith Park. This could be maybe the momentum shift that they need to take away at least 2 points. That's all they can get now as we go into game number 4 of Retrospect versus Lucky Bounce. Retrospect needing everything they can to stay in this. Lucky Bounce just trying to extend their lead on those leaderboards. 3 points already in favor of Lucky Bounce.
Yeah, trying to fight for seeding right now is crucial, but still, they've got a tough proponent coming out from Retrospect, especially with what they showed from last game and shots like that.
Almost, well, it was on target, but a stop. Very powerful shot, though. They need some more of those. Darkfire going to try to follow this himself off the wall. The pass to Torment. Torment reading that, but Classics intercepting that play with the dominance. Good touch from Timothy out to the far side. Darkfire to finish it off.
Man, pass plays back and forth. Look at Darkfire getting up on this one. Timothy going to get up for it and passes it over because he's got 2 defenders. But Darkfire, knowing if he hits that any weirder, it's going to go flying somewhere else. So he rotates his car to get the hood and a soft touch into the back of the net.
Great touches from both of those players to make sure that went in the net, especially
So
Timothy off the beginning. What a great play from them. We'll see if they can do another one as they're already back on the attack. Only got 1 goal, though. Lots of time for Retrospect to come back. See if they can do what they were doing in that last game. Get some scoring opportunities, but there's Timothy putting it way away from his teammates' reach. Classic's a little bit hard of a touch there. And getting a Dembo, though, trying to allow his teammate to get a play started up Chrome. A little short of that, and Torment has been the MVP when it comes to goaltending.
Yeah, you see these guys come back and forth, and Classics even too has been trying to stop that. You see both Classics and Chrome getting really aggressive and going for defense and trying to, demo them out of the way. But it's just, they're so aware of it happening that it just doesn't seem to be helping at all.
Trying to get a soft touch down there for his teammate. Torment puts that off the backboard, but a little bit hard. Puts that back towards their own net. Thankfully, Darkfire is there to sweep in for that. Push it back into the blue end, but now we have Retrospect trying to make a breakout. There's Classics. Dominus touch. Does get a bit of a stuff, but goes out to midfield. There should have been a teammate there probably a little bit sooner. As it allowed the defense of Lucky Bounce to recuperate, but it's another shot. Darkfire keeps it out.
You don't see this Retrospect team taking advantage of the mistakes that are given. Like, that ball was played in the midfield, and there was literally no one around him. And instead, he just shoves it right at the goal. When in reality, he could have probably dribbled it and let his team cheat up a little bit, and he just doesn't do it.
A lot of physical play coming up from Retro. A couple demos from them now already as we go over 2 minutes of gameplay in this one. And it's just, they're playing aggressively, very aggressively, but they're not capitalizing on having a lack of defenders on that Lucky Bounce side. And that's what they need to do if they're going to get those demos. Oh, man,
what a shot.
Chrome flying in.
Yeah,
I love that. That's an incoming spam.
Yeah, you see these guys, like, they're coming back and forth and fighting for it. And Genocop getting that pinch off the wall, able to have Chrome play that over the top of 2 defenders. Having 2 up, one of them needs to make that touch.
Incoming. I love that one. It's great. 1-1, we're tied up, approaching that halfway mark. Retrospect and Lucky Bounce. Retrospect really fighting for some points here. There's a good pinch pass out to Classics.
Again, Genocop using that corner to his advantage. He gets the 50-50 win over the top and then plays it really hard. If, like, with that angle of that wall, you've got to be careful because if he pinches it too hard, that ball is going flying over the net.
Now they just set them up into the lead, though. But still a lot of time for that Lucky Bounce to come back and tie this one up. Out front of the net, Genocop just barely getting a touch on that one to push it to the side. And now Geno Classics moving up. We'll see if Geno can support enough, but Classics is going to get that out. Very good pass, but that's a potentially open net. Chrome almost getting the double tap, but couldn't finish it off. Genocop's going to try again as both those defenders whiffed on that save.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's up
Torment to Darkfire, and that is going to be it.
I think you just want to sing. Like, you need a little jingle, man. But yeah, really well played. You see the defense coming out, and Torment going to play it right past the Classics, trying so hard. Even after he gets bumped out of the way, he tries to fall on it. But just the power of that shot, no matter what was happening, it was going to go to the back of the net.
Good team play to tie it up for Lucky Bounce. Back to that even score on the scoreboard. 2 minutes left in this match. Classics going to try to get another one, get them into the lead again. Genocop was ready for a pass there, but Darkfire beat him to it. Off the corner, trying to set something up. Good pass out, but 3 defenders squeeze that one away from the slot. Now Genocop keeping it low, tries to get it followed up as he grabs a boost, but that's a bad spot for Retrospect. As Darkfire trying to get that bounce off the backboard, but a little bit slow. No one could make any sense of what was going to happen with that. Genocop keeping it low. Can he get it past? He does. 2 more defenders. The second touch, exactly what he needed to do, but Chrome getting boxed out there. Could be a shot, but Torment once again right up in the air to make sure that does not drop in front of the net.
Yeah, you see the difference between Retrospect now. Like, Genocop's definitely getting involved, and that's what we needed to see. But then you see Chrome, like, the opportunities that he's given, he's missed a majority of these shots.
Oh my goodness, the pass there, and Torment to finish it off.
Yeah, back and forth. Ball spending way too much time in that corner. Genocop tried to take a touch and played it right back to Darkfire, who's waiting for it. And with the rotation coming in from Torment, easy goal for them.
Darkfire almost finished that one off himself as he followed it off the wall. But now they are up into the lead. 1:20 left. We'll see if Retrospect can pull through. They are doing a very good job right now of staying on that ball. But they need another goal to make it worth it. Chrome, good lob to the corner as they try to put it in. Chrome, the back pass Classics a little too close. Genocop's going to have to move in instead. But both Torment and Timothy up. Darkfire is going to have to push that one to midfield. There's Timothy to follow it up. Genocop needs to put it aside. Bad spot for them. It's Timothy going to take his time, just waiting patiently. Both Classics and Genocop there getting their cars in the way to make sure that doesn't go in. 46 seconds left. Retrospect is going to have to start making some moves. Genocop putting that one up in the air. He takes that away. Darkfire, Timothy trying to see what's going on. Good block from Timothy. That double double block keeps that moving in their favor as it heads back towards a Retrospect net. Classics keeping that away. Now we need to make a move out. All three of them moving up. You see the pass play come out. This could be it if they can finish it off. And
there it is!
You saw that developing the flying V from their own end. That was incredible play.
All three players working together. Classics to GinoCop. GinoCop back to Chrome, and Chrome tries to pop it, just gets it so soft that it like catches him off guard and then able to get up again and put that over the top. What a tie game we have here.
Generally, when I see that, I think I'm watching Flipside, because when you see them all start going up, you know what's about to happen. They finished that off. A good job from them to tie it up. We'll see, though, if Lucky Bounce can pull back another goal. We come into the final 13 seconds of gameplay, and they are on the attack. Torment all the way up. There's GinoCop to clear that one away. Drops it down. 5 seconds left. Ball moving to midfield. Darkfire just trying to keep that away from going towards their own end. And that ball's going to touch into another overtime. Retrospect versus Lucky Bounce. 3-3.
Back to back.
Game number 4.
Retrospect has an opportunity here to get a point, and hopefully for them it doesn't end up like the results of last, but I feel like they're not going to wait for that to happen. They're going to bring the pressure here and see if they can take it to this Lucky Bounce team.
GinoCop putting that out of his own control. Torment's going to drop that back into the Retrospect end. Ooh, a little bit of a cluster of cars there. Makes it tricky for Retrospect, but they do finally move that forward. Timothy on target, but GinoCop pushes that way up to his teammate that is waiting for that, but a little bit wide. Torment puts it to the side, see if they can get a play started themselves, as now Lucky Bounce moves forward into the blue end as both teams trying to get that golden goal.
Dude, I can just hear...
Oh, this could be it. Off the backboard, GinoCop gets the clear.
I can just hear this Retrospect team yelling, "You see me," as these pass plays are starting to formulate.
They're starting to do Rocket League things, and that's good. We're starting to see them make those plays.
Very technical analysis there, bud.
And I'm just a play-by-play. 3-3 still. Final. We hit the minute of gameplay. Classics. The pass off the backboard, but Darkfire does push that away as Retrospect trying to get some more plays started up. Torment with the pass. There's Darkfire. A lot of good contests coming for Retrospect. They're just going to make sure they don't make any mistakes as they're in their own end now. Classics trying to push that to the far side to follow it up, but Darkfire, easy touch in midfield. Really far side, no one going to be able to take control of that except Torment as he puts it off the corner. Can he follow it up himself? The pass in front, that's dangerous. GinoCop, good awareness of where the opponent was and not making a rushed save on that, because it could have been even worse. Torment winning out that 50-50. Darkfire steals it away. Chrome has to be careful. He is, and he does get that back to the orange side. We'll see if he can make a play, start it up. There's a pass play opportunity. GinoCop ready for this. Classics can still follow this up if he can get a good nose on it. There's a push past one, but Torment ready for that. Chrome, the pressure, but now Darkfire, chance to shot on net, and that's going to be a goal, and that's it. Lucky Bounce takes it. Retrospect fighting so hard, but once again, Lucky Bounce with a win.
All that happened simply because Chrome was the one that was being forced to play back. And the one time that he wasn't able to make it back on time, the defense breaks down and Lucky Bounce gets a goal.
And I don't get it. Retrospect playing so good, but Lucky Bounce always pulling through. Now with 4-0 on that leaderboard, or sorry, on the scoreboard in this series. I mean, we were saying Retrospect needed a 5-0, but now Lucky Bounce is like, no, we need a 5-0.
Yeah, they're really fighting for it. And you saw, like I just mentioned, Chrome, every single time he put the play in, and then immediately, he wouldn't even stick around. He'd rush back and try to cover that defense. The one time he landed wrong, there was nobody else that was rotating back for him, and they got a long goal. Like, it's so hard, especially for this team. It's got to be demoralizing. Like, after you put up that much pressure, you guys bring it to overtime again, and then you get shut down again. It's like...
One thing I am happy about, though, is that we mentioned that GinoCop needs to step it up, and he's doing exactly that. The entire team, look at those, that reverse flying V coming out. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. That was amazing. But those are the things we wanted to see.
You're a little Craig has in there, dude.
We're going to get into this last final match as Retrospect and Lucky Bounce try to fight for that final point. That final point, I mean, it'll be good for Retrospect to at least get one, but at this point, this is going to be taking a toll on them. I know we say every point matters, but this is going to be taking a toll, as they know they can only get one more point out of this. Lucky Bounce looking for that 5-0 in game number 5.
Yeah, the desk even mentioned, man, that it was their, like, Lucky Bounce's series to lose. And they're showing just that. Like, they're really playing the patient game and stepping up.
GinoCop making some plays on this. He heard us. He's motivated. He's moving forward. Ball going in front of the net. Classics. Moving that forward, but Darkfire. Wow, we have 2 GinoCops. That's why I'm like, There's too many Gino. He's so good. He's on both teams now. That ball going in front of the net, though. Classics has to get the stop. He does. Good read on the shot there from Torment. Now he's going to try to move this one forward. As they try to get a shot on net. There it is, and that's it. Oh my gosh, that's getting stopped out by, it looks like, his own teammate.
Oh my. No, Darkfire actually, that's who it is. Darkfire like came in so clutch to get around and save that shot.
Oh, that's going to be on the far side. Still just missing, though. So many close calls as they are just trying their best. Both teams to put one in. Chrome to flick up. He's going to need to follow us up, though. Otherwise, that would have been for no reason. Classics just giving, couldn't quite put it to the corner enough.
Darkfire seeing that develop in the middle. Torment gets a pass up, and Darkfire getting up so early to hit that long. Classics had an opportunity there to try to pop it to the right. Just very tough landing for him.
Now they're up 1-0. Lucky Bounce taking the first goal. See if they can get even up by Retrospect. As finally, Juno Cop realized it was unfair. Gets onto his own team. Classics taking control of this one. Just needs to get it past Torment. Very good awareness from him. Juno Cop needs a little more speed on this. Just gave away possession to Torment. Now Chrome's going to be left to try to clean it up, but that's a dangerous spot. Classics left to put that to the side. He does touch it. That's going to roll around. Now Juno Cop, only defender left. Chrome needed to get back into the net. He's probably waiting for a pass, but can't be doing that when you're stuck in your own end like that.
Yeah, Juno Cop doing a whole lot of ball chasing here. He hit that ball into the corner and then just followed it in circles. Rather than following the ball with that pass inside, he needs to probably either A, rotate back to goal, or in situations like that, it's tough because there's nobody in net to clear that back out. But that clear itself was what led to that. He just didn't hit it out far enough.
Open net goal, but still a good pass play to get that goal. Can't take away from that. Chrome can finish this off. Oh, taking advantage of that pinch.
Speaking of good pass plays, like that ball, Classics getting up on the wall here and crushing that one off the ceiling with the win of that 50-50, but Chrome still in a great position to get up for that and put that into the net, keeping this game within distance.
It's actually interesting. We're seeing Chrome move up a lot more now, and it is working out for them. Just wonder if he's just trying to say, hey, switch it up a bit, but it's working. As he grabs a goal for them, only down by one now. Gino Cop, good touch out to the center. Chrome trying to get a little fancy on that one, but gets beaten out by that orange defender. As now Classics has to get a play started up here. He's going to just maybe mind game out. Good pass out to Chrome. Good play to pull out one attacker. Now only two people left to defeat. The bait was real, but they couldn't get it past the midfield. Now Timothy trying to make a play of his own.
Yeah, the only issue with that long pass, they beat the one initial guy that they needed, but then they immediately threw away possession.
This is a dangerous spot for them. Oh, the touch! Look at Torment just getting a nose on that one.
Yeah, ball in a very dangerous spot with three people rotating. Gino Cop trying to get up to save this, but the ball. Boom. Torment, I don't know how you got that touch with that flip, but still, what a good shot and good pressure coming out from Lucky Bounce.
Just squeezing that one underneath, and now they're extending their lead back up to 2 goals. See if they can continue that on, or if Retro can nab a point from them. Torment, the far shot. The Timothy's going to miss the touch on that, but Torment has a chance to do it again himself. The stop from Chrome just barely came into help, but again, as you said there, almost putting it right back in.
Oh, Chrome's going to try to answer it, barely winning out on that 50-50. But where's the rest of his team, and why is Gino Cop playing it that far back?
Well, Classics did pick it up. We'll see if he can move it forward. Good control from him. Chrome! Wow, that is all Classics. That was incredible.
I don't know why any of that worked. Like, Classics still with a beautiful pass, able to get up and play it over the top of one. But Chrome showing some aggression. Like, you see him playing up further. He's not afraid to make mistakes, and that hesitation is something that is a very good way to beat a team that's very passive, like Lucky Bounce.
All 3 members of Retrospect playing the aggressive game, but they're playing the rotations right, and they're doing very strong, getting some incredible pass plays, especially that one from Classics. Very good, but a demo on Classics, that's going to be an open net there. Well, as a demo, they finally capitalize on it.
Yeah, after so many trying and going, Classics, as soon as he plays that into the corner, immediately turns his car in, and Torment doing it as a last-ditch effort. Gino Cop plays it off the crossbar. That's really, really tough to defend against, especially when there's no goalie.
Especially when there's no goalie. We'll see, though, if they can pull ahead or get another one. Oh, that's going to be an open net opportunity for Torment, and he capitalizes, once again extending their lead.
Yeah, back and forth right off the kickoff. That pinch works in the favor of Torment and is going to follow it up on his own. I mean, those are really tough to defend against, simply because even with somebody in the back of the defense, when the guy's there already to meet it, he's got all opportunities in his favor. He's already going that way.
With the rate this has been going, I'm expecting a couple more goals from this game.
Yeah, we still got 2 minutes.
And we'll see, though, if they can get one right now. Almost. Chrome was ready for that. So they're trying to move forward. Cop, Classics getting into position. A little bump on Darkfire is going to give Classics some time, but no boost means he's going to have to lose that one, leaving Chrome to pick up the mess here. Gets it over top of that attacker. Torment trying to get control. He does. Good touch out to the middle, but Classics and Gino getting a touch on that. Trying to get a play started up. Nothing really coming out of it, but the good pressure from them keeps the ball at least in that end. There's Chrome flying from the side to make sure that does not leave that orange corner. That's up front. Gino Cop to finish it.
Wow.
The pass from Chrome. These guys are going off with the pass plays.
Man, that pressure from Retrospect winning out and completely stopping any clears whatsoever. Chrome with another one right there, and Gino Cop following up right behind him to play it over the top. What a beautiful setup coming up from this Retrospect team to tie it up.
Torment ready for it, but a little bit too fast past him. And as you mentioned, tied up. 1, 2, 3 left in this match. Game number 5, Retrospect fighting desperately to get a point, and they are showing that they deserve it right now. But fending them off is that Lucky Bounce team, and they're doing a good job of that. They are tied up. See if they can get a play here. Gino Cobb with a shot. Powerful, but a little bit too low. That pass play there off the backboard could be a scoring opportunity. Classics just getting a nose on that one to keep that from going in, but this is a scary spot for them. Darkfire has a chance, and he takes that opportunity and puts it on the scoreboard.
Good job on Darkfire. As soon as he pops that back up and sees Torment play it back in, rotates his car and gets in front of Gino Cop with the nose of it. Gino Cop hustling back as much as he can, just not enough to get there to save it.
Good attempt, but as you said, not enough. So tried to get that ball away, or the body away at least. 1 goal differential, and as I said, it's still very possible. We'll see if they can do this in the final minute of gameplay. So we hit 45 seconds. The demo on Gino is going to be an opportunity now for Lucky Bounce to get another goal, extend their lead. But there's a long shot. Chrome going to try to follow this up, getting the read, but just misses it. But Classics following through with it, capitalizes on that ball.
That's one of the problems about playing patient. He had a big opportunity here to come back and try to make a save on this, but hitting that pass out to the side so light, Classic reads it perfectly and puts it into the net and ties it up again.
That's nuts, because 1 more second behind that, and that would have been back in control of Lucky Bounce. But Classics there at the exact right time puts that one in to tie it up. 30 seconds left. We might even see a 3rd overtime of this match, the way these teams are going.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, exactly. Classics up with Chrome, though. Can this go in? A little bit too far, a little bit soft, as they run out of boost and have to rush back. Gino Cop was trying his best just to keep the pressure on. But there they are now. No one going to be in net. This is going to be a scary situation for them. Gino Cop keeping it out, and Chrome to follow it up. Good patience from Chrome. Now he needs to get a play started up for his teammates. This has to happen now if they want to take the win without going to overtime. The roll down. Gino Cop, the throw up to Chrome. Passed out to Gino Cop. That's on target. Wow, Chrome. The angle off the top corner.
And with 3 seconds left, there's no better time to make that back and forth between these teams. Look at that shot coming in over the top. Oh. Both players on Lucky Bounce are like, I can't say that. Can you say that? No, just let it go in. It's pretty.
Talk about Craigasms. That's one right there. Absolutely incredible clutch goal for Retrospect from Chrome, and that could be it. And that's it. They finally walk away with a point. Retrospect winning that one 6-5 without having to go to overtime that time. Chrome with the clutch goal.
You know, it stinks, though, because even with that, Lucky Bounce is clinching for a spot. Like, based upon results and stuff, like, they were still able to get it. That 4-1 is so big for them to put them in the opportunity to get that first seed. You have that 4th place team. I don't know if they want that, too, if you got KOU and iBuyPower fighting for it.
Yeah, that's tough, but, like, it's those are people you don't want trailing behind you,
right?
Because they're probably going to end up in front of you. But either way, they got a point, and as you just mentioned, Lucky Bounce clinching that 1st place spot. Absolutely nuts to see that. Like, would you have expected that coming into this group stages?
Well, it's got to be such a good feeling for them. Like, to be the first time in and then to come in and take first, what a better place to be.
Absolutely nuts. And I want to see what the desk has to say. This is absolutely incredible to see them do this. I don't even know if they would have thought about that. We're going to throw it right back to you, Axel Tass. Take it away.
Thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, as you said it, Lucky Bounce securing the #1 spot. And honestly, I don't think we necessarily knew we were going to say that at this point today, but they did it. I feel a little bad for Retrospect. I mean, we saw all those overtimes that felt like they had their moments, but just not enough to take out Lucky Bounce.
Those Vegas odds must have been crazy to put Lucky Bounce at #1 coming into this.
Yeah.
I wish I was betting on them, but congratulations to Lucky Bounce. And Retro played really well this series. Again, like, they're very flashy. They're just letting up a little too many goals, I think.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, they just got beat. Like, it was just a matter of Lucky Bounce has shown consistency all throughout both weekends, last weekend and this weekend. I mean, obviously, or they wouldn't be in first right now, already with still, you know, more games to see. They've already clinched that first place spot.
Lots of cool play, and let's take a look at them with the Mobile One high performance replay to see exactly how Lucky Bounce was able to dissect Retrospect.
Yeah, we started out with Retro from Chrome to Classics, just some good team play. That was actually a good fake by Chrome. I'm not sure like if he meant it. That's really hard for like a defender to see when someone misses. Same here. There was another miss by Timothy, and it turns into a goal for them because of those misses. It's so hard to defend against.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a lot. I mean, this right here was so close. They were right there. A little bit of panicky. They weren't expecting certain touches, and they weren't able to put it in.
Yeah, and then 5 seconds later, like Lucky Bounce gets that goal instead. That was a heartbreaker for Retrospect for sure. And then the dribble almost by Chrome, but with the saves coming out from Lucky Bounce, like Torment was a beast in net. Like we were saying, like some of the saves he had were just so pretty, putting it right into the corner so soft. And then the like passing plays from Torment as well to Darkfire, who's been scoring like all the goals it seems like. Like Darkfire was going off.
Oh yeah, Darkfire definitely was the strongest scorer they had this game. I mean, most of his replays that are on there are of Darkfire scoring.
And then Classics with the aerial dribble to Chrome. Like, see, this is what like Retro can do. It's just like the team. Yeah, look at this.
Oh,
but they win 6-5.
Yeah.
Like they needed to score 6 goals to win a game. You can't be doing that like at this level. You need to play better defense. But it shows that Retro has the skill. They just need to work a little bit on like the midfield defensive game was a little lacking, and that's why Lucky Bounce was getting a lot of passes to Darkfire and finishing off those games.
Yeah, it's just a matter of continuing that aggression. Like you can do it once or twice, get one really good redirect, but if you can't keep it up for consistency and you lose control of the ball, and that's usually why they were like such high-scoring games sometimes. They would concede a lot of goals per game because they just weren't able to rotate back quick enough.
Yeah.
All right, well, Lucky Bounce securing the first spot, and that's like the most simple part of the standings right now because there are literally there are potential tiebreaker situations. Everyone's locked up, pretty much 2nd through 5th/6th-ish. So still a lot to look forward to. Coming up next, Kings of Urban versus Genesis. 2 really awesome teams. It should be a very flashy match with plenty of implications on the line. So guys, we're almost there. We're almost through the North American qualifier. And we'll be back. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with the next match. Again, it's going to be Kings of Urban versus Genesis. Stay tuned.